Hello and welcome, lurkers. I'm John Proxy. Welcome to the proximity. I'm having a Myst 3 Exile adventure. Is it an adventure? I guess it's more of a kind of mystery that I'm trying to solve. It's 1 a.m. I've been up for an hour. Oh god, how do I tell which is the most new thing? Oh dear. Right. I should have been very careful about which one was the last one. Got a symbol? Is there a way? Like, are there numbers? Well, this is interesting. I did not think this would be an issue. Because it's why would you do it in alphabetical order? I'll load them all, okay. Got this symbol here. That seems significant. Okay. So. Yeah, I don't have a symbol there. I've got both books there. Okay. Because the last thing I did was finish this land. This is me being lost for ages in this particular land. But I think I wrote the symbol was the last thing. I'm not... Oh, wow. Small furry animal, of course. Symbols. See, now I'm here without the symbols. So that's a good sign. Yeah, okay. Got a symbol. We'll go with this one. Cool. Right. Let's continue, shall we? We have ourselves a few places to solve. Let us... We're going to have to get our phone as well. How do we know which ones have been solved? I don't know. I'm just going to take a photograph of all of them. Which means I'm going to have to go off and get my phone, which I apparently didn't consider a thing I should do. Right. Won't be a second. Right, it was actually really close. I could have probably leaned over and got it. But we are going to just make sure these pictures are correct and take a photograph of them. I probably already have a photograph of them. But, like, even that looks a little bit better. Let's try that. I adjusted that, didn't I? Even that might be more worthwhile. Let's go for that. Okay, that's the Green Lantern symbol. On one of them I've already got. That looks perfect to me. Like maybe a bit bigger. A photograph of that. Cool. We'll try and figure out which one we've not done. I'm gonna go for there. Cool. Photographs have been taken. Let's investigate these places. I'll save right before I go into them. Gotta make sure I shut that door behind me, of course. Be crazy not to do that. Impolite. You might come back. It'll be cold. I legitimately don't know which one I did last time. Probably this one because it's the closest. Unless I got the code wrong. So what we'll do is we'll save our game called Enter. Maybe. Okay, I clicked the forward button. There isn't a forward button. I'm looking at the phone, seeing if the code is correct. Okay. So this is in between, like that. It's like direct center. This one is far to the left. No, it's not. This one is there. This kind of looks like the same one now that I think about it. This one's directly at the bottom. You'd hope there was some leeway. Like that it doesn't need to be goddamn perfect. Right, that's a good sign, because that is not where we went. Let's dive on in, shall we? Amateria. The beautiful water. Some trees. Oh yeah, now we can see those circles. That's what it was a picture of. Yeah, I guess I went to the bird place now that I think about it. Little pagoda looking things. Cool. Yeah, sure. Let us resume the game. Who knows how long I'm going to be up for. I'll try and have a couple of hours of this. Try and get some sleep. It's Saturday night, right? So people are up at 1 AM partying. That's what they do. They party. I mean, there is still sort of in a pandemic, so I'm not entirely sure whether they are partying, but perhaps. Okay, we have ourselves like a monorail system. John, there's 2 rails. We have ourselves a rail system. Then, not a monorail. I don't know what that is. Like splash marks? Was it the light coming through? This sort of paint? I'm not sure what's up with that. Let's cross the bridge. I can't dismiss these middle parts. Certainly not at the start. When I'm stuck, I'll get obsessive about it, I'm sure. But right now, we're just comfortably exploring. Right, I'm just gonna make the game a little bit quieter. Because apparently I thought this was Riven, which was really quiet. That's a little bit quieter. I'm just adjusting. Right, let's continue. Cool. Apparently we can just immediately leave. Cool. I'm not gonna, but it's nice to have the option, you know? You know, I probably would have been able to tell which was the previous place I explored because there would have been a book available for me. We are going to be clicking things. Yeah, that sort of pattern. Curious about that. There be a ball. Some chains. The old ball and chains. That's what the phrase is about. It's about exile. This There's a thing here. Okay, I apparently moved. Wasn't ready for moving yet. I was still clicking on things, trying to get the lay of the land. Okay, there's a rock. And continue. Oh no, I did do 2 in close succession. Can we go down? Doesn't seem like. Oh no, never mind. We can. Okay, I see what's going on here. There's a light source and crystals on the ground. I'm just describing things. Oh, hello, Kalexis. Yes, this is the first time I'm playing this. So I've gone to. Well, you can sort of see. I've gotten one of the patterns, but I had, I would say, a reasonable, a little bit of help in the second land. We'll see. So I did Myst mostly by myself. I think with Myst occasionally, what will happen is that you'll find a, you look around the land, you go, okay, this makes sense, but somehow you missed the one object in the game that would have helped you out, and that's now I think all these games kind of do that, but Riven obviously had that entire massive island, and I didn't get through without looking up help with Riven. I even had somebody help me out, and that worked out quite well. Somebody going, hey, why do you suppose that exists? And I'm like, okay, I see what you're doing there, buddy. But sadly, there can't always be someone with me playing it, and that marble quest in Riven was just completely above me, I'm afraid. But I'm told this is a lot easier. So yeah, I've done the Birdland. I like that it was massive and interconnected, but what I didn't get on with was the fact that, I don't know, I like having a puzzle presented to me, like, look, here's a thing to be solved. Now look around the land and see if anything can help with this. But what Riven did was, good luck finding the thing you're trying to solve. Here are some things, and maybe eventually those things will be connected to something. Also, like, legitimately in Riven, I didn't find the button to an elevator for, like, I think somebody literally had to tell me. And then they were like, no, keep clicking, keep clicking. That one button. But other than that, I like the idea of Riven, and I know that Riven's everyone's favourite, so I have to be careful. Going, yeah, I just basically looked up all the answers. I spent like 5 hours trying to do Riven, and then I got angry and looked it up. I think if I'd played it at a more reasonable pace. The one with the bird face. I think, and like you have to turn around, and then there's a thing there and a thing there, and one of them has a hole on. I think it's this one, and you click that, and the mouth opens, and then you get access to the puzzle that you've been trying to solve all along. Well, one part of the puzzle. Oh yeah, I did Riven in the wrong order. That's the other thing. I didn't figure out the way into Buddy's room for ages. I just never looked up at that particular place where you could have climbed through the vent and back in. So I did the entire second part before the first part, and that made it really confusing. Well, yeah. I mean, but I looked up hints for the marble quest, and then I just looked up the answer. And then I realised, oh, I was being dumb. But yeah, Myst I was much better at, where I was like, okay, just a couple of nudges and I could do Myst by myself. And then this has been like us so far. The only downside to this game is in the forest. I don't know what the place is called. I could look up. You know, I shan't. But the bird forest, where you're trying to do the bird, like, I don't know how, the jungle, I guess that's what somebody would call that. It's really easy to get lost. Adana, yes, that's the one, thank you. Like, I had somebody on the stream going, no, there's definitely a place on that log. And I'm like, I'm not seeing it. And yes, there was. I tried walking out the very long way. Like, after you solve Adana, I couldn't get out, because I just didn't see the correct route. It's very confusing, Adana. But the actual puzzle was fine. But yes, this is the first time I played this. I've got the entire series. It was cheap on GOG. But also, with Riven, I took a year off, which didn't help. I mean, I say I took a year off. There was a pandemic, and I think everyone can agree that's somewhat distracting. I'm doing this. You shouldn't point. It's apparently very aggressive. Gesture. Although in this game, all I can do is point at things. I want to go that way. Like that. That's how you do that. I like the music to this land. It's a Rube Goldberg machine. Oh, I used to build these. I wish they'd make them more complex. I tend to ignore the emails as well. But Gog was like, you've got one of these. You bought Riven. Buy the rest. Now I own Uru. Was a game I wasn't entirely sure I wanted to buy. But he was like, do it, you know, £3, so. I can live with. Okay. I think I like I like multiple islands better. It's just finding a book is just I know it's pure psychology, but it's really fun going, yeah, book! I found a book! Let's go to a place. You know, and just going, okay, I'm stuck, I can give that place a break. Yeah, I think it's been quite good. As I say, I had somebody help me out, and of course, I know that people can't really help themselves as well, because they're like, if they watch you for long enough, they're like, oh, just click the right thing. So I think I would have been fine. Apart from navigating that jungle, which I probably would have been stuck on. The actual puzzles, yeah, been fine on this. I think they're a good level of puzzle. Possibly, I can see why somebody might think it was too easy, especially after Riven. We'll have to see, because I've only done one of the mini worlds. Ooh. But I'm seeing a... Yeah, I used to have a little plastic tube thing. I threw it away recently. The other thing is, obviously, these games benefit from you having played the earlier ones, because you just sort of get used to how they build puzzles. What's this? Looks like a sort of miniature version over there. What is this? Oh no, I hadn't finished doing whatever this was. Oh, it's a lift. Okay, but I want to go back down. I'm not done. And, okay, yeah, the thing specifically is that the actor is in this. I've forgotten his name again. Chucky. And then so every so often when you... At the start of this game, whenever you did something that you were supposed to, he turned up and looked all sneaky. And I can fully see how somebody would think that was handholdy. Especially when compared to Riven, that just does nothing like that. But I appreciate it, like, a little bit. Yeah, I'll go up there in a second. I want to look around first. Make that noise. It's you. Oh, it's going to be fun when I figure out how to make you do stuff. It's the water. Ooh. Cool. Yes. I'm making a puzzle game myself. Not like this. It's a kind of puzzle platformer. Oh, someone's spoken something. It's about... hang on, it'll take a while to explain. You've got like a magic device that can take like the solidness from one object, grab it, and put it in an unsolid object so you can jump up. But it doesn't have to be solid. Sometimes it's bouncy, sometimes it's other properties. Some of the objects are like... They're like... I imagined it like lemmings, but you were one of the lemmings. But like it... And you can take the lemming's heart and put it into a different lemming. Anyway, the point I'm making is I need a noise for when you've aimed at something. Thank you, by the way. When you've aimed at something and you're not, the transaction isn't allowed to happen. Like if you don't have anything to grab, or if you've got an object and it's got an object, obviously you can't do that. And I don't have a noise for that yet. I need a, you've clicked a button. I've acknowledged you clicked a button because I need to, because people think the game's broken. Which is why that sound exists. It's a game going, we acknowledge you press a button, but no. Huh. mean, yeah, I'll take it, but I didn't think... Huh. I mean, I'm assuming it all has to be the same colour. Oh, hang on. Huh. Right, I obviously know absolutely nothing about what's going on here. Which is fine. But I'm sort of testing the parameters. I thought these were dividers. They're not dividers. They're legitimately... Okay, so, yes. It's... The implication is there is at least one of each type. No, cool dude. How dare you take that name and be an advertiser? That's despicable. Ah, how dare you? How very dare you? Turn my screen back on. Yes. Okay, so I'll come back to this. I might have the information already, but like, there's no rush. It's a chill game. We're just gonna walk around, and it's weird that I can't just look at this from a different angle. And, you know, look at the pile of rubble. But yes, we have 2 wooden, 2 black, and 2 white. Doesn't seem to be a million combinations, but let's not brute force it. Oh, yes, of course. My greatest sin in Myst. I've remembered now. It's been a couple of years. In Myst, the train puzzle. Okay, any puzzle that requires me to distinguish between subtle noises is a puzzle that I'm probably going to struggle with. But I was legitimately being dumb. I instead of solving the puzzle the way you're supposed to in Myst, where you go, oh, that means north, I just brute forced it. I mapped the entire underground puzzle rail out, which does solve the puzzle, but it's not the way they intended it to be solved. I got a piece of paper out, just drew the entire goddamn thing. Let's go up that lift. Oh, hang on, what the hell? Oh, it was the door closing. Fair enough. Yeah, not one of my proudest moments, but I did. I mean, I got through the puzzle. It took me an hour and a half. Right, what's all this about? Oh, this is probably the rail. Yeah, the train. The rail. Felt kind of old school mapping it out like that, but... Okay, well, saying that, it doesn't seem to be high enough. Well, no, I wasn't really expecting that. It is a marble run! Oh, I did something wrong. Okay. I think there's another sound with a game of puzzle with sliders as well. That, yeah, in 1 and 2, and I just see that's wood. Okay, so perhaps I'm guessing they're different weights. Hang on, what did these do anything? Huh. That's how it started, isn't it? Okay, I'll try it randomly in that position to see if it makes any difference. It's like a pin. Okay, so that's the pivot point. That's... We'll do the third one, though, because that's the only iteration I hadn't tested. That's the leverage. And so I can sort of understand what it's doing. Right, well that ball... Let's go down. Pachinko, that's the word. It's like a pachinko machine. Okay, I'm just going to randomly put a couple on. I don't think it's going to make sense. But I'm just curious. We're testing out the parameters, it's fine. I don't necessarily see how it's all connected yet. It smashes before it gets to there though, doesn't it? I might not want to do that, but... Don't think I'm going to play with this yet. I can't pull this when I'm on the ground, can I? No, I've got to be up. Let's do it one more time. Why would it matter the angle? So 2 balls come out. That does a thing. I'm not sure what that is yet. Then it forces my camera. And rolls a big ball there and a basketball to the other side. Basketball. Okay, that was different. That was interesting. Let's do that again. Sorry, I just want to see exactly what occurred. Because it looked like there was a timing issue. So the basketball gets in and lifts it up. I kind of like this position. Sorry, I don't mean to do that. I want to go down. Just gonna change these things. Again, I assume they're different weights. So yeah, I like this type of puzzle where it's all kind of localized and I can see, just very plainly see that things are connected to each other. No, okay. Maybe that was the same animation as before. Doesn't mean I'm not going to be done with this. It doesn't... It's smashing in a new, different place. It's curious to me. Let me skip this one. Yeah, you can. Okay. Cool. That's information. So if we make this light enough... It's like a timer. But... I presume it has to be exact. There might be better ways of testing it as well, rather than me just going through every single combination. Like, literally after I just explained that I brute forced the train in the first game, that I'm now brute forcing what looks to be a weight problem. Now I'm assuming, though, I just took off 2 pieces. If the wood piece is the lightest piece... I'm going to replace this with... I assume white is the next lightest, the next heaviest. I've got no reason to believe that. I'm just assuming that. Oh, it's glass. Oops, I didn't mean to take that off. Yes, I see, and this is stone. Makes wood, glass, and stone. I think wood is lighter than glass. Interesting. So that is too heavy. That is too light. So if I replace that with stone, so let's see, and then I might move on somewhere else and see if there's something else to this puzzle. It might not all be one thing. I mean, I clearly don't know what's going on with these yet. That seems better. I'm going to now adjust this. Okay, that's interesting. I assume this won't work either. I'm not sure what to do now. That seems like I'd be close. Okay, so I got off to kind of investigate, and then I realised there's no real reason for me to investigate. I don't think there are any other parts to this puzzle. It feels like that's self-contained. I'm going to quickly check the other side of the island, though. So what I'm getting at is there is timing to the weight of how you're pulling down on a thing on one end, and the basketball will go the other end and put it in the right place just at the right moment to make the entire system work. So what I did was I calculated the weight, which I thought was the medium weight, and it got me further, but it didn't solve the puzzle, clearly, because it still broke. It's gonna send it over here. Oh, I might not actually have a choice. Oh, well, here's something that's definitely not brute forceable. So we'll leave that alone. But I see what's going on with that. Okay, looks like I actually don't have a choice, and I must solve that puzzle. Putting me on the spot. Cool. Oh, hang on. I'll go down here. It's that symbol. Okay, I'm guessing this is... I was going to say one way, but apparently not. We'll look at that a second. I'm just going to fully... Oh, no, there seems to be more. Fine, we'll go listen to that tape. Okay, we'll take these. Alright, if that's an Okay, yeah, we've added it to the book. I've not read the book yet. I definitely will read the book. I think I was going through this book here, which is why it's not on page 1. Fine, we'll read a bit more of this book. It's not the most exciting thing in the world, reading books on stream, but I do need to do it to solve the puzzle, presumably. Okay. That date. I'm not going to read the dates. I'd almost forgotten how painful it is to I'd almost forgotten how painful it is to revisit Myst in the 10 years since my sons, Cirrus and Akanar, left me trapped on the Kavir Island and burned so many of my books. Catherine and I have rarely linked back. I told myself we were always too busy, first with writing ages like Averone. Yes. Revisit Vist. And then with searching the ages of Denis for survivors. I always said that we would spend more time on Myst eventually. I think I've literally said the same thing myself. The truth is, I've been avoiding the age. Seeing the island in its current condition ignites such anger and grief. I'm immediately reminded of the betrayal of my sons, as well as the cruelty and greed with which they plundered my ages. I know I'm partly responsible for these acts, and I constantly wonder if there were something I could have done to reach out to the boys before. Enough! Nothing can change the tragedies of the past. Like my Denis kinsman, I must salvage what is best and move on. Perhaps in the process I'll find forgiveness and hope. One more. I think I'll read one more. That date. Once again I am back on Myst Island, having completed a lengthy sojourn through several of my ages. Yeah, one of the things I didn't do in Riven, I didn't read the books early enough, which would have helped me had I probably read the books. I basically read them at the end, and they told me how to solve several puzzles. I mean, I looked through the pages to see if there was pictures of puzzles, because that's easier to think. But specifically getting into Gen's workshop, I think, is specifically told you in the books. But like, obviously, Catherine's book is difficult to read, and I eventually just went on a website and read it via there instead. The trip itself was not as inspiring as I hoped. So the Selenitic age was especially disturbing, but has it not always been so? The very first time I linked to the age, its uninhabited landscape was shaking with tremors. At the time, I felt it was because the energy of the age was unfocused, as if it were at war with itself. Stability finally came. But even after it did, I never truly felt comfortable there. I missed the more natural balance of ages like Channelwood. Oh, I like he's mentioning these. For me, it's kind of nostalgic for me as well. It's been a couple of years since I've been to Myst. Although they're doing it in VR, so I'm going to have to play it again. Eventually. I'm going to know all the answers, though. Even after a couple of years, I've not forgotten how to play Myst. Perhaps, specifically, I've not forgotten that one thing that I didn't find. Anyway, perhaps that is the lesson to take home with me. The Denis, too, have faced much turmoil in their history. Their lives have been unsettled enough. Perhaps I should be striving to offset that energy that already exists within our civilization by providing it with a more stabilized environment in which to grow, an environment in which the natural equilibrium of the world serves as a counterpoint to the upheavals of civilization. The more I consider it, the more I wonder if I should make nature the foundation of this new age. Worlds like Channelwoods attain equilibrium quite easily, primarily because of one reason. Nature encourages mutual dependence. As one life withers and dies, it provides nourishment so that another might live. Plants become food for other animals. The waste products animals cannot absorb become nutrients to sustain other plants. So as long as nothing intrudes to upset this balance, nature can maintain itself indefinitely. An interesting metaphor to set as an example for my people. I think I will confer with Catherine on this subject. Her ages as always exhibit symbiosis more dramatically than mine. Perhaps she should help me write this new age. Can't wait for the next game where we find out that Catherine has a bunch of evil relatives as well. Okay, we have this, I thought it was a tape. It's not a tape at all. What are you? Doesn't look like I can do anything with it yet. Well, hang on, never mind. Another lift! Well, huh. Yeah, he's had a bad rap. I mean, his bad sons was his own fault, but everyone else. Okay, well, I'm getting that if I put pegs in these, they'll reflect on that there. Presumably I have to do this. Oh, that's what's doing the thing. Cool. Let's test a couple more times. So presumably I just have to... Oh, hang on. Let's look at this, because we probably did get a new page too. Oh, no. It kind of looks similar, but... And don't think I've not noticed you. Abstract numbering system. That was one thing I did solve on my own in Riven, was that numbering system. Okay. This obviously isn't going to solve the puzzle, but I'm just curious as to what it looks like. Ah. Boomf. Yeah. Okay, so now I have to ask myself, is this something where... Because I did literally the same thing with the weight problem, which I've not finished, obviously. Is this something I'm supposed to find out every step of the way? Because obviously, step one I just saw, and I completely forgot which thing I did that in. But I could feasibly do step one, run the entire thing, figure out where step two is, because it's on this side somewhere, run the entire... Is that how I'm supposed to solve it? Or is there a clue around it? Because I'm used to clues. But I think I'll try and solve it by that, I guess. I feel like it won't take me too long. Obviously, because it shunting them out sort of tells me it's not keen on me doing that. But then again, Was it this one here? All came along and rolled like that. Hang on, no, it was there. I can't remember which one it was, but it's really easy to find out. We'll do both. Sorry about this. I'll just skip it when I confirm which one is the correct one. Can I skip this bit? Okay, I need to get my whiteboard out. Yeah, it's gonna thump. Okay, I believe it was bottom left, but I'm going to write it down. Oh, yes, I tidied, because I had people. Ooh. What does this say? Wrestling ghosts? Yeah, that was a weird thing for me to write. Okay, I can get rid of that. I've got an entire whiteboard. I believe... do we have a blue? I changed the pen lids because I thought that would be funny. Right, we know that one's filled in, so that'll tell us. Right, 2 circles. There. Ooh, like that, yes. 2 circles. Got like an X, I think, down the pizzas, aren't they? And that bottom one is filled in. Both, lovely. I believe it's bottom left. We'll definitely confirm this now by putting no more in there. If it goes, we'll put it in the top. We'll kind of try and follow a logic. You know what? There's no reason for me not to put 2 in. If I think that's correct, then I'll put like another thing in. Let's roll the footage. let's skip this. Cool. One of those was correct. It was a rhetorical question, but like, I don't. I seem to be able to do this the way I'm currently doing it. I think it went there. I've completely forgotten where I put this, but it rolls. It goes like there, doesn't it? So logically, I would have put it there. Because, yeah, what I'm doing is I'm just looking at what these do. And they're going to land in natural places. I think. Let's put a question mark on these two, just in case. But I think that's correct. Yeah, that wasn't super hard to derive, so. I'm assuming this is the intended method of solving this. Let's watch the entire footage. And to be honest, although it turns the thing, so that's what... Yeah, it turns it... Lands there, turns that, sends it back again. Ah, so... Right, I think that second question mark is correct. I've not accounted for it spinning. So it's going to land in that bottom one, but I don't know which one that bottom one is. And I wasn't paying attention when it was spinning. It's perfectly logical, but it doesn't mean I remember what it is. But I'm pretty sure this and this are correct. That wasn't correct, so I can actually just put an X there. But yes, if I'm paying attention to the turning, I should be able to logically figure out what's going to land there. But I've completely forgotten, so I'm not going to. Let's just pick a random one. I've only got two to choose from, so. Put it there. Okay, that's wrong. I can already see it's wrong. Unless it turns. Let me skip this bit. This is the punishment for getting it wrong. I get that. Okay. I've completely forgotten which place I put it in. John, you were supposed to put like a question mark on the whiteboard. Okay. I'm going to put a question mark in there now. I'm assuming I can't put anything there. Okay, so that's the first one. That's the second one. Okay, we'll pay attention to where that white one down the bottom lands. So the white one goes to the top, no, to the left. Oh, hang on. No, that's why I'm not getting it, because it doesn't necessarily turn back into the correct place. Okay, so, hang on, I thought I tried all three, but can I put... Let me do that again. We'll see where it goes in relation to this blue. So I'm putting the question mark. No, hang on, no. Just put it there. Put a question mark out anyway. You'd think I'd just be able to brute force this, but there's something up. In relation to that blue. Oh. Oh, I see. There's something up. Ah. Okay, fair enough. Is there more than one path through? Because what it does is it goes back to where it started. That's spicy. Yeah, I should have noticed it was doing the white dot. So I'm just going to see this first one again. Oh! God, that second one wasn't right. I mean, it seems like our second one's right. No, I'm not so sure. I'm just going to put a different one over here. No, I don't know. Sorry, I'm being... You know what? Yeah, I mean... I think that's correct, that one. Ah, okay, fine. I wasn't considering that it's how the mechanism worked. Fair enough. I don't know why I thought I was plugging up the holes when I'm clearly not plugging up the holes. Like, there are 3 holes, there are 3 places for the ball to land. That's never not been the case, right? So what I'm in fact doing is changing weights. Let's see what happens. Huh. So I'm going to specifically go out my way not to put it in the correct place, because I want to see what happens. Okay, so what I considered was the correct place was just one thing that could send it over. So this does send it over, but I won't put a tick there. See, I guess what threw me is that they looked the same shape as those. Should we come back to this? I'm happy with this investigation, by the way. I'm not panicking or anything like that. I'm happy to put more time into this. But I just want to make sure, again, that I haven't just left something behind. So yeah, it is. Yeah, there's something more to it than I originally thought, which is good. Now this door sort of makes me feel like that's self-contained. But we'll see. We did miss an area over there. We'll come back to this one first because I'm more. Because this might just be the end, for all I know. Not feeling super comfortable about standing here. See, seeing it like that is kind of interesting. Because what I guess is there's literally an underlying logic that I just need to figure out, and then I go, oh yeah, if you use it that way, then that's the way it makes sense. It is, or we could just take note of where this says to go. Okay, so it turns out there is something more to it. Okay, I'm hearing the different sounds, so don't worry about that. I'm seeing the quake symbol. So what it looks like if it changes this. I think this might be a separate thing. I'm not sure that's connected to that at all. Okay, so what I'm seeing is more sixes, right? So this is... It's kind of hard to tell. Well, this one here, right, is... it's that, right? So it's 5 absences and 1 full. And above that is 2 fulls and 4 absences, like that. Which sort of do look like peg positions. And that at the top. Okay, I'm going to try and draw more, but I don't know what they're for yet. I'll delete my pizzas because I need more space. Because this is going to require quite a lot of space. So this is like that. That is 2 on the left. There's 1 on the bottom. Okay, I need to draw that better. That's kind of hard to see. And of course that's empty in the bottom left. But they might be broken. That's an absence. That's full. That seems to be an absence down there. I'm not sure. It looks broken, so it's really hard to tell. So, like up there, I can't tell either. That's a full. Absence. Absence. That's an absence. Okay, no, those are both absences. And I can't tell. So it's the same with this. Right, so now we have this diagram here, which shows roughly what I think is going on there, what that means. I could write down the sounds, but like I mean, what might be worth doing is looking at what this water's doing over here. That one's pretty shaky. We're going to continue our little walk around. What's this? This is a really big place as well. Okay, that's... Maybe we want them to... Oh, is this a different one? Okay, so these are the same symbols, which make me think it's not broken. Oh, look, would you look at this? Okay, so hexes seem to be the theme of this area. Okay, so this is yeah. This is another puzzle in and of itself. I don't know what for yet, but I'm guessing if I go here, there are 6 different places I can go to. Just sort of loops around. Ooh. I have basically no idea what's going on with this section. Huh. I can at least see how it's all connected, but I'm not sure what... Down there, John. Like, it's a really neat piece of architecture. If we stand here, we can go to the 6 different sections. They all seem to have a way of setting the noise. Let's go this way because it seems to be... Okay. So what I'm feeling is that this is... You solve 3 puzzles. You solve that puzzle, you solve this puzzle, then you solve the weight puzzle, you send the ball all the way around the island, and it ends somewhere, and you've solved the island. That's what I suspect is going to happen. Is that the lift over there? Oh, hang on. You just... Is this where I came from? God, I wasn't expecting to be able to click there. This is pretty big compared to the start of the jungle. Oh, look at these. Oh, it's the 2 brothers. And Sirison. And they get their own evil theme. Cirrus and Eknar. What a bunch of bastards. Right, that is a ladder, let's not... Okay, I may have... I don't know where I am anymore. Oh, no, I'm still here, cool. Okay, we have the ladder. I'll keep that in mind, or shall I just investigate it immediately? Oh, this is where we came from? Ha! No, I've just found the Oh, would you look at this? Oh, this looks familiar. That's cool. Oh, I see. Okay, yes. So I can tell you, they do correspond the way I thought they did. So this pattern, this here, the diagram on all 6 of those things, well, all 5 of those things actually. Although there is one missing. These are 6 absences actually. But because it's 6 absences, they don't have a light, it seems like. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm only seeing 5 of those as well, but it might be that I'm covering it up. Oh, hang on. I'll take those. Cool. So yes, those question marks. Yeah, I guess the important thing is where the dots are. No, because that's an absence there. Ah. Cool. Send the ball. Ah. This is cool. More pachinko adventures. Okay. So I'm just soaking it all in. There are 5 lights. Let's leave one on. Let's see what it does. I want to see what the lights actually. We seem to turn all the lights back on. Oh well, all this. Farewell, okay, Alexis. Thank you for joining me. So, it seemed to go to... Ooh. Thank you for following. You've got a lava snail. Wonderful. You didn't move that snail so it's actually centered. Can I do that? I'll do that. Thank you for following. I appreciate that a lot. How do I... The snail award. It's locked. The snail award, John. Yes. Right there. So it's in the center. Cool. Yes, it's a spike for my game. But it's back on. I decided I needed graphics for the stream, so I'll just take the snails. Pinball Wizard. There we go. Save my game as well. I've not achieved anything, but I've... Again, it might be potentially possible. I don't know what the light's doing at all, because it turns all the lights back on. All I know is, assuming those 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, are these 5. I'm currently standing on this, presumably. Then it goes to 1, 2, 3 first. Goes to the center one. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Rolls and goes there. We can find the path. Okay, you know, I know. I think I know what to do. Yep. Okay. I think I have to. Well, I don't know if it's correct, but I think I have to set all those things to be correspond. So I'm just gonna call these 3. I mean 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like I don't know why I'm numbering them. But if we go back down. They were probably already set correct though. Where's the ladder? Oh, there was more we could investigate as well. Oh, this is huge, this place. Ah! Okay, it's 3 wood and 1 marble. Glass, John, that's glass. G, W, W, W. Does that make a difference? I don't know, but I can zoom in on the other ball as well. That's interesting to know. Cool. I'll have to make a note of that one as well, because it's clearly important. So I want to go back up. Oh. Cool. It's not where I was planning on going, but I did a wonder, didn't I? Oh yeah, I completely forgot about this. Oh, no idea. Cool. I want to go to another place, please. Apparently easier said than done. Oh, I didn't realise they were right next to each other like that. Cool. I want to... That's wood, 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 wood. Whew. I don't actually know how that helps me, but oh, hang on. That clearly breaks because it dips below. Okay, I think I get it. I think that's a counterweight. You want the ball to land both at the same time, so that remains flat. That's what I think is going on there. Okay, so assume it's too light or too heavy. It's one of the two, right? It gives you a close view of it, but like right now, I'm gonna assume it's too light. I'm just gonna put this black one on there, the stone, and see what happens. We'll see if it changes form. Okay, that was the same, which means it's actually too heavy. It's useful information to know. So I'm going to take the stone off. Also going to take one wood off and see if that's still too heavy. I don't know how long I'm going to stream for, but it'd be really nice to get one puzzle done, right? Okay, you know what? New tactic. I'm actually gonna first have none on, then I'll try and make the heaviest thing I can. We want to establish which one's too heavy and which one's too light. So this presumably should be too light right now. Yeah. That is too light. We are just we're gonna put the stone on. See if that is still too light. Just the stone and nothing else. Okay, we want lighter than that. I think. My brain might have stopped working. Okay, I've clicked on some. What I should do is I should write down what too heavy, too light looks like. Because I'm obviously confusing myself. My instinct is to put a piece of wood on as well. But I might re-establish what too light and too heavy look like and write it down so I'm not doing this constantly. I might have also misinterpreted how the weights work. There might be 1,000 reasons why I'm wrong, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do... I'm tempted to try 2 glass though. But I'm going to now write down... I'm going to need more than one whiteboard. What... When I say too light, I mean this thing is too high. The counterweight is too light. So let's establish what too light looks like. Okay, too light. Too light smashes what after it's tilted. Too light. Smash after tilt. Right, now I'm going to try 2 glass. You know what? I'm going to go with my gut, actually, and try 1 glass, 2 wood. I may have just be doing this wrong. Just want to double check. Let's just put a glass on. That was a smash after tilt. Okay. I'm going to change too light to smash on whatever that's. Smash on middle. Too heavy is smash on right. That was different. That's what's important.